If you choose to buy a PS5 Pro as an upgrade to your base PS5, congratulations to you. This is, in my opinion, something that I'm sure you've weighed and you're making the choice because you don't have to listen to anybody tell you what to do with your money. I'll never tell you what to do with your money. However, if there are people who are saying that the PlayStation 5 is better than, say, an RTX 4070 or has caught up with, today's modern mid-range gaming PCs and is about to make it irrelevant, then they have to actually prove it or they hear from me. I'm here to make videos. Videos and, conversations like these are, in my opinion, educational. It will help everybody realize and understand that the claims are either useful or useless. There's also the side of the conversation where people come in and they want to make fun of you. They want to, in a sense, poke fun. Some of them are trolls, and I understand that. These are no names in, a situation where they're behind a keyboard. But I think the education is the part that is beneficial for everybody to understand and know. I'm not here to diminish anybody that is actually buying a PlayStation 5 Pro. However, those who are using that as some kind of a, stick to try to beat others on the head, you have to be checked. This audience member came out of nowhere. I had to pin their comment because I think it's probably one of the craziest ones I've seen in a while. Oh, you're crying too about the PS5 Pro? Cry louder. And I said just a second ago, some PlayStation players were telling me I was being disrespectful. Thank you for the receipts. Which leads me to the conversation here. This audience member of mine said that the crux of the issue with this conversation is that people are tired of being talked down at and lectured because they play on console. I play on console. I don't know who you're talking about because you said this PC cringe race thing is an inaccurate term when you see channels like Joe from Seattle, Griffin Gaming, Ono Italics, Ratanga Plays, claiming your superiority because you consume product better is cringe. I am not making videos like these other channels. I'm here to educate people from actually being misled by idiots who come on the internet to try to maybe, in a sense, use some kind of tomfoolery to sneak lies in. I'm not really interested about the content creators that you've actually made. You said, to quote you, that anybody who does that is cringe. Well, again, if truth is cringe, then I guess so be it. And then they said your channel is appreciated because I thought you weren't like those guys. I absolutely am not, because I'm simply here to, like I said, provide what I think is the evidence, especially when we talk about these conversations. Another comment, and you were saying people are being beaten on the head, but I want to show you the other side. This person says, y'all PC MF coming out of nowhere ever since the Pro dropped. No, it was when the influencers on console said that this particular PS5 Pro was going to be equivalent to a 4070 that our ears perked up and we said, what in the world are they talking about? And then they started to try to gaslight. DJ Brownie over here, you're following in their theme and their pattern. You said, what are y'all scared of? Nothing. Why is it that y'all have explained the differences of PC and console all of a sudden? Been doing it before the PS5 Pro came out. If you feel that the PC is a superior gaming platform, I don't feel it is. We know it is. Then what's understood doesn't need to be explained. But in my opinion, I think you'll really want a Pro, and I've already purchased it. This is a very interesting trial to, maybe gaslight people. Because this person over here, when I told them and said the problem is because these PlayStation, fanboys on the internet, YouTuber names, because to my audience member here, you called some YouTuber names here. I'm being respectful and not calling the YouTuber names who made these claims about the 4070 and up. I'm actually being much more cordial in this, conversation. And they said that it was 4070. That was a comparison. I said, then when they said that, all bets were off. So now we need to make sure that we compare and make sure the frames are, actually maybe, I don't know, in the same category of the PS5 Pro is actually, going to give the 4070 a run for its money. And this person said, but it is better than the 4070, which is a lie. This is the problem that we're facing. So as much as I would love to maybe in a sense be somewhat sensitive to the, things that you're saying here, people will lie bold-facedly if you don't point out the fact that they're lying. And that's why truth is very important. Because this person that said that it is actually better than a 4070, I asked them, I said, okay, well, show us your receipts. Do you know what they said? They said Ratchet and Clank, The Last of Us, Hi-Fi Rush, and then Ragnarok etc. And then they said this, the PlayStation 5 already killed the 4070. Look at it right here. The PlayStation 5 already killed the 4070. The Pro made you beaches crying even more, and I love it. Now, this is a troll account. There's no way this is a human being that actually thoughtfully made this kind of comparison when we already have things like a 100 game test for the RTX 4070 in 100 games. You know, I've been looking through the internet all day to try to find anybody that would do a 4070 versus PS5 Pro comparison. I can't find any. I literally cannot find anyone doing that. We can't see raw data. We can't see FPS anywhere yet. Now, it will be an undertaking, but I'm certain that when we pair this 4070 up with a CPU that's appropriate for it, it's going to absolutely make the PlayStation 5 Pro look like it's stupid. Not only that, and again, I'm not talking about you who bought the PS5 Pro to upgrade your PS5 machine. This is where you watch from the sidelines. The ring is not your, location right now. Don't step in it. Leave it alone. The 4070 RTX device is one that uses DLSS, which is NVIDIA's own upscaling technology that has received multiple iterations for 5 years. It is better than PSSR. So how can a 4070 with a better AI upscaler be beaten by whatever the heck is in the PS5 that has finally come out on AMD hardware, when even AMD has multiple iterations of its upscalers on its own flagship hardware that is not even as good as DLSS? That's the first question you have to ask. The second thing that the 4070 does better, this is objectively true, is that the 4070 is an NVIDIA item with Tensor cores. This is a much better chipset in terms of the technology that is embedded within the RTX genre, especially the 40 series. AMD doesn't really have much to be able to deal with that. So when you look at, say, some of the metrics that the Tensor cores benefit from, they almost always clown AMD. And you're talking to somebody who is a Team Red guy. I'm AMD all the way. The PC that I'm actually making this video from is my gaming PC. I thought I'd make it because I could get some quiet in this area. It's full-blown red build. I use NVIDIA for my game development and stuff for my GPU, but I like AMD because they came in and slapped Intel around. But even I will tell you that in the GPU side, that NVIDIA has something a little bit more special in that technological area. So anybody thinking a PS5 Pro, which is an AMD device, is going to have this capability is lying to you. And that's why this video will be made. I came to make videos, guys. I'm not going to sit here and worry about anybody's feelings. Number 3, the CPU flexibility for something with an RTX 4070 is just much better. I mean, think about it, right? The first thing that I actually said when the PlayStation 5 Pro, influencers were saying the 4070, and like I've told y'all, alphabetical category A through F, pick one, you'll find a content creator who made this 4070 claims and some others who backed them up. When I said that, I said the one thing that they're missing is they don't necessarily account for the CPU. Because in the PC world, there's a plethora of CPUs and they can basically cause the data to change at any given point. And so this lack of a consideration would literally shoot them in the foot, and shoot them it did. Because the PlayStation 5 Pro is using a slightly 10% higher clock CPU, whereas on PC, just go to a whole different category of CPU. And so there's no way the 4070 will perform under those loads or under those circumstances in any way similar to the PlayStation 5 Pro's whatever APU is inside of it. Because again, dedicated CPU and GPU will have different performance metrics. It's crazy, right? So CPU power, big deal. Graphics applications, GPU applications in a GPU that is a dedicated GPU is something that a console can never reach. It's an area that actually the console can never even play in. It can't try to even play in there. Video rendering, animation rendering, all important tasks, AI processing, the PS5 Pro can't get there. It's not even that good of a product. So in fact, when we actually start opening up all of the comparisons, it starts to flail more and more. The RTX 4070 has pretty much what I think is, an advantage in CUDA applications. What does CUDA applications even have to do with the PlayStation 5 Pro? Well, you said, right? This audience member said it is better, right, than the 4070. Show me the CUDA application metrics of the PlayStation 5 Pro. Would like to see it. Again, this is not about worrying about what's cringe. It's about what is true. We're such a soft society that somebody says the truth, everybody starts to whine. I'm sorry, but this is kind of the weirdest thing I've ever seen. We sat here all these years and we basically peeled and pulled out data for years. Content creators fought over, making sure that everybody got the truth right. Do y'all remember when Gamers Nexus called out Linus Tech Tips? Do y'all remember that? That was the biggest, in my opinion anyways, scandal that I'd ever seen in my entire life within the hardware community. Gamers Nexus made a 44-minute video pointing out the challenges with Linus Tech Tips. Linus Tech Tips tried to even go ahead and maybe soften it. They doubled down. And then the PS5 Pro is some special thing that has to basically take consideration when people are over here lying. No, you do not get special treatment because you bought a PlayStation 5 Pro and you listen to some podcaster that you donated money to lie to you. That's not how it works. Again, I'm a console player myself, but when I was moving to PC, I had to learn the rules and follow the rules. If there are console players that are over here trying to carry out ad hominems and insult everybody else and, say some stuff out of a place that they don't know, and they're being taught and, pretty much they're being taught, hey, this is not how it works, and they're not willing to listen to the lessons that they're being taught, then that's their business. But they will never be allowed to walk away and just lie. In fact, this other person that was talking about the MFR PC people came out and said something very interesting. They said they were replying to another audience member of mine that was saying, why would anybody be worried about the PS5 Pro from the PC side? They said this, PC needs games from consoles. To my audience member, the Mangdang, the Daymang, you made a very good point. But I made this video as a second backup of the first video that I made in order to show you these elements. Where are these people coming out from? Where did they draw these conclusions from? They drew the conclusions from the content creators A through F or A through Z who have hyped the PlayStation 5 Pro from an uneducated perspective, not considering the parameters and bringing it and saying it's close to a 4070. When a 4070 is a wide-based piece of technology, not one that the PlayStation 5 Pro should even be compared to or with, and they've infected these people, influenced them to come out here and start talking nonsense. So if I respond to these people, I'm not saying that I'm better than them. I'm just saying that they're misinformed, and we need to ensure that people who may hear them, who are looking to make an informed decision, do not get carried away by their misinformation. That's what's called responsibility. Somebody, and adults in the comment section, please help me out. Where are these children coming from? Like, do they not know how responsibility works? Like, my stomach hurts for how poor our conversations have devolved in the world today. Maybe there's all this salt and poop posting content that's infected everything. And so when we're trying to actually take the approach of looking at it from, okay, what is actually the base level? I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm just looking for the truth. I'm just looking for what the data says. People want to equate that to that. Bro, oh no, it's Alex? What? I'm sorry, but I am not flattered by that, by such a association by any means. Even if it's like a 0.000 such association. Nothing against any other content creator, but I'm not interested in making content that is similar to theirs. The algorithm possibly just saw PlayStation and Xbox on our titles and has pretty much associated us together. But anyone would tell you that I do my best to engage with my audience, and I do my best to bring what I think is the available evidence that we have on the table to the conversations that I have. And I also try my best, if I'm wrong, that you call me out on it. Please. I'm not going to be sitting here and be under the pressure of I have to get everything right. No, I'm a human being. I'm a regular Joe just like everybody else. Not saying I'm even better than anybody. I suck. So by all means, get me better. I'm a noob. But what I will not basically sit here is allow for people to come out here and just talk nonsense. It's the Video Game Fight School channel. I'm sorry. You see, the days of tippy-toeing around these issues, which I did for a while, I was a little bit less, I don't know. I kind of like kept my cool a little bit in terms of all of these conversations. Those days are over. It's over now because why? A lot of my suspicions and a lot of the things that I hypothesized and worked very hard to actually understand are now getting pieced together. And so I'm happy to actually engage in the conversation from that perspective because the approach that I took, taking the data at face value, taking the evidence at face value, has worked out for me. So why should I leave that alone? Nah, that's not how it works. And if these comments continue to come, I'll continue to make videos, guys. And this is what's called original content, I guess, isn't it? Like, original. What's more original than having conversations than with your own audience? I don't see anything that is more original. Maybe there is, but hey, Maybe someday I'll discover it. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching the video. Peace out.